This video offers tips on the initial submission for single-patient expanded access. The FDA has also created a video to walk you through completing the 3926 that you can find at the link on your screen. The FDA offers a lot of helpful information about expanded access, so be sure to search for it on the FDA website. There are two types of single-patient expanded access: emergency and non-emergency. The FDA 3926 is required for both. This video describes the process for non-emergency requests. Form FDA 3926 is just 2 pages, so it's not time-consuming or difficult to complete. There are only 11 fields, and most are self-explanatory. Here are some tips for the fields that can be confusing. Field 4, Indication. Here, simply describe the condition you want to treat with the investigational new drug. The patient may have multiple conditions, but it's important in this field to be specific. For example, if you want an antiviral medicine to treat an infection in a cancer patient, the indication would be the infection, not the cancer. Field 4, a clinical history, is asking you to provide what is essentially a patient history note. Remember though, the FDA needs only to know why your patient meets the expanded access criteria, so be sure to write the medical history without PHI. If the FDA requires more information, they'll request it. Age, gender, weight, and drug allergies helps the FDA assess the potential benefit-risk ratio for the patient. Diagnosis shows that patient has a serious or life-threatening condition. Prior therapy shows that all standard treatments have been exhausted. If there are treatments available, but they're not appropriate for the patient, state what they are and why you would not recommend them. The same goes for clinical trials. Say why your patient is not eligible, or if there are no trials available. Finally, make sure to state why you think this therapy will work for the patient. Field 5, Treatment Information. This field is specifically asking for the treatment plan. Often, the manufacturer will provide this. Otherwise, ensure that the treatment plan includes a few important details, such as the dosage and route of administration, whether oral, intravenous, or another. The schedule of administration, such as once a day, twice a day, or once a week. How long the treatment will last, or what measure you will use to know when treatment is done, for instance, a negative culture. How you are intending to monitor side effects, including for example follow-up visits or lab work. If you plan to reduce or increase the dose, you should include that information also, along with the criteria you would use to make that decision. Finally, in Field 10, always check both boxes 10A and 10B. Box 10A lets you use this form. Box 10B lets your IRB approve the request faster. Once you have completed the 3926, submit the form to the FDA. You should also submit the manufacturer's LOA and your CV. For oncology drugs, you can email these documents directly to FDA Project Facilitate. For all other drugs, you can use the Expanded Access e-request system. The FDA has up to 30 days to respond, but usually they respond much faster. They will contact you with any questions and send you a safe-to-proceed letter. According to the FDA, more than 99% of single-patient expanded access requests are approved to proceed. In addition to the FDA, you must also submit your request to an institutional review board. Many IRBs allow you to do this at the same time. IRBs will review your FDA submission and your draft informed consent document. It's a good idea to contact the IRB early in the process. They may have templates or guidelines available to help. Otherwise, Teams has an informed consent template which may also be helpful. If you don't have an IRB, the Reagan-Udall Foundation can help, or you can use an independent IRB such as WCG Clinical. WCG and some other independent IRBs will review expanded access requests at no cost. You can also find an IRB through the HHS Registry of IRBs. Thanks for watching these submission tips. We also have a video on the procedure for requesting emergency use. Follow this QR code to see a playlist of all our submission tip videos.